Hey everybody, Alvie from Mobile Cup of Joe here, and it's time for a bearded review. AT&T sent us the Samsung Galaxy Mega 2 for review, so let's take an in-depth look and see if this is the device that'll be in your pocket this holiday season. But before we do that, I want you to grab your coffee cup, fill it up, bring it over and sit on down and take a swig of your Mobile Cup of Joe.
The Samsung Galaxy Mega 2 is the follow-up to last year's Galaxy Mega. This year's model boasts a 6-inch 720p display running KitKat 4.4 currently, and a complete Galaxy experience that includes multi-window, dual instance, one-handed operation, plus everything you have come to expect from Samsung Galaxy devices. Under the hood is a Samsung Exynos 1.5 GHz quad-core and 1.5 GB of RAM, with GSM and Edge, 3G, LTE, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, GPS, and 16 GB of storage, which can be expanded with an SD card up to 64 GB. Outside, the beefy 197-gram Samsung Galaxy Mega is 163 by 85 by 8.6 millimeters with a power button and volume rocker, plus that trademark Samsung home button, and it is finished with a leather looking back and chrome accents. So let's talk about the look and feel of the device. Everything about the Samsung Galaxy Mega 2 screams mid-range. The fake leather back feels plasticky, the stitching especially, and the chrome outlines and accents are of course not real chrome and looks like that cheap chrome on toys. This is a big device, and it is difficult to use with one hand as it is quite heavy. Even the power button seems to hide in the side of the device and can disappear from wandering fingers when trying to reach for it. And sadly, the compromises don't stop there. The 6-inch market is a difficult one to define, and with iPhone and Nexus bringing high-end quality into that market this holiday, Samsung was probably smart to attempt an affordable device, but the user experience pays for that choice, and pays deeply. Initially, before the device had time to settle, and for the first few days with it, everything stuttered and choked and was just clunky. Lag was so long at times I wasn't even sure if I'd actually hit the button until many seconds later the action completed. And battery suffered as well. With a minuscule 2-hour screen on time, I was looking for a charger midway through the day. But after a few days, everything seemed to settle in and things improved greatly. Apps opened up relatively quickly, multitasking kept up mostly, and even high-pressure tasks like gaming and camera use was functional. The limited specs will keep this from ever being a powerhouse, but for typical day-to-day use, it can get the job done. You will still notice dropped frames and stutters or lag throughout, but rarely does it completely break the experience. Even battery improved. Typically, I'm getting between 4 and 5 hours of screen on time on the 2800 mAh battery and a full day of use. It didn't seem to matter whether I used Wi-Fi or mobile data, times were fairly consistent. Now, as far as preloaded software or apps or bloatware, get ready, there's a lot. There are over 24 Galaxy and AT&T apps already on the Mega 2 when you first power on the device. Some of those are useful, some are annoying, and some are great. It's up to you to decide where each one of these fall, but do know that you can disable most of them. And while that doesn't uninstall them, it will at least help you clean up your app drawer. The total Galaxy experience that Samsung provides is very polarizing. TouchWiz, or Samsung's look and feel for Android, is very unique. Everything is colorized, bubbly, and very heavy-handed. While Android provides most of the services directly from Google, Samsung also gives you their versions as well. This is completely user preference here, so if you are a fan of Samsung's devices and user experience, then you'll feel right at home. If you're coming from a stock Android type device or an iPhone, there is a learning curve involved. All of the features and settings are there, but might not be where you are used to finding them if you haven't been on a Samsung before. A device this size should be designed for media. 6 inches is great for kicking back and watching a movie or mowing down some enemies online. but the single rear-facing speaker blasts sound away from you, so you're left with cupping your hand around the back or finding another way to bounce the sound towards you. And the display here leaves a little bit to be desired. While the colors and saturation are great, the lack of a higher resolution keeps this from being amazing. Now don't get me wrong, at 6 inches, 1280 by 720 HD Super AMOLED looks fine at higher brightness levels, but it is just one more almost there feature of this phone. With other Galaxy phones boasting higher resolution at smaller screens, the Mega 2 falls short. But even with the modest resolution, videos still look pretty good, and games are still vibrant and fun, but something about it, just at the end of the day, leaves you wanting more. Now the cameras on the Mega 2 are nice, colors seem to pop while not being overly saturated, and is quite functional for social media or sharing with friends, and even includes some fun tools, albeit finicky to get just right. Resolution is 8 megapixels on the back and 2 megapixels on the front, with video recording at 1080p, even though the screen's only 720. Even under cloudy or less than ideal lighting environments, the Mega 2 took good pictures. Subjects stayed in focus, and the pictures captured what I was seeing mostly. Pictures do seem to struggle if there's any motion or action, and you are left with some blurs, but all in all the photos are quite usable. Video quality left a bit to be desired, however, and no matter the setting I used, I couldn't shake the feeling like it was a cell phone camera. Now granted, that's exactly what it is, but with no image stabilization and an underwhelming video experience, the camera made me want to take pictures instead of video. One thing to note, the design of the Mega 2 places the camera in the top center, which makes holding the phone while recording or taking photos in landscape mode quite difficult. With no good way to hold it in that position, you're almost left holding this beast with one hand, a very unstable task. Call quality was actually quite good. Callers sounded great and could hear me well with no confusion or distortion. Outside of the fact that it is a big phone, even holding it to your ear wasn't very challenging. You can find the sweet spot easily, and even longer conversations are moderately comfortable despite the size and weight. So yes, even at this size, you can still use your phone as a phone. There are some positives to this phone. The Samsung Galaxy Mega 2 is a decent phone with good camera and a great call quality, but with the lackluster performance, subpar video quality, and an underwhelming screen resolution, sadly the negatives far outweigh anything redeeming. At $150 on contract, or $475 outright, the Samsung Galaxy Mega 2 seems to be a product that doesn't know where it belongs. It is too inferior a product to compete with high-end devices like the Nexus 6, iPhone 6 Plus, or even a Galaxy Note 4, and it's too expensive to be called a budget device. What we're left with is a middle-of-the-road product that never meets any expectations and misses the mark with so much.
Well, that's our review of the AT&T Samsung Galaxy Mega 2. Agree or disagree? Be sure to leave some comments down below. Also, let me know if you pick up one of these. What do you think about it? Thanks for watching. Be sure to click subscribe and check out some of our other videos while you're here. We'll see you next time.